Happy Easter. Chaplain Beier here. I've got a word of encouragement for you this morning, something I wrote a few weeks ago. As we enter the spring, it's a welcome relief for those of us who live in places like Chicago where it's been so cold, but this season is also revealing natural wonders built into the world, reminders that life itches to burst out of the dormant dead of winter. Some of you share my resolute hope as a Christian that death is not the end of even life itself for humans. That's a strong cup of hope in the face of the fog and finality of war or collateral damage of life in general, the disappointments that we experience every day, and even the great disappointment of death itself. No matter our spiritual beliefs, though, we can all see that there are rebirth metaphors all around us, like the cherry blossoms in Tokyo that I saw a few weeks ago, or the tulips bursting out of the cold soil in Michigan where my wife's parents live. That mysterious cycle of seed being buried, broken in death, you could say, and then the seed coming back to life is amazing enough. But in the spring, as a former biology major, I geek out over the less celebrated phenomenon of bioregeneration. Certain creatures losing a limb tactically to survive, evade, resist, and escape capture by some predator, like the starfish regrowing its arm, or the lizard sprouting its new tail. But in 2020, researchers with the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries noticed, hey, there's my dog. Hey, doggy. They noticed that baby alligators regrow severed off tails. In these gator tails, there were signs of both regeneration and healing built into this bayou creature, instructing us with our lives that are so full of tragedy, pain, and loss. Life is just scratching its way out of its severed, stunted stagnancy. Beyond dying, beyond even just surviving, life is lunging forward into thriving. Even when we daily chew up our food and swallow it, that process of mashing and crushing and dying, you could say, revitalizes us, renews us, nourishes us. Every time a seed or other organic material goes into the soil and decomposes, it's rearranging itself into one of 600 octodecillion new combinations, basically little mini resurrections happening around us all the time. I'm encouraged this morning, and I hope that I can encourage you as I think about the obvious and natural tokens of regeneration and rebirth, pointing us as humans to the indestructible life built into our own mortal flesh. Before his death and resurrection, Jesus Christ said, "Unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit." John chapter 12, verse 24. You may be in a season of deep disappointment, but you're not alone, and I commend you to live a fruitful life even beyond the face of death itself. Happy Easter.